As a follow-up to the second rule of burden, all human beings are better under a burden. There's some historical precedence for that because if you look throughout history, human beings were basically utilities to whichever dominion they lived under. Usually there were kings. We had the kings and the aristocracy, and even the aristocracy, they lived under the permission of the king, the sovereign leader of whichever nation. And throughout most of human history, you know, human beings have always been disposable utilities to whichever state they worked and lived under. So, that being said, does it seem as if much has changed today? Not much. As the tax base increases and the tax receipts increase and taxation increases and the like, how have people's lives become necessarily better? Of course, we have better toys, better entertainments, well, relatively speaking, artificial intelligence notwithstanding. Are we really better off? And in some ways, you can say yes. But an awful lot of the historical paradigms that have existed throughout humanity, they still exist. The citizens, relatively sovereign and unto themselves, they are, still utilities of the state they live under. That's probably part of the social contract. And the issue with social contracts. Probably one of the biggest things to consider with the concept of the social contract is whether or not that social contract becomes too one-sided. On the one side, you have populism and anarchy. On the other side, you have statism, despotism, and absolute rule. And probably one of the best things about any kind of modern society is to create a necessary balance between those two. Like two dogs fighting over a rubber toy, making sure that one side doesn't become too much while the other side is, basically fed off of.